Welcome to the world of fighting. This channel will inform you about the hottest and loudest news in the sports community. Support the channel with likes and comments. Get your mugs of hot tea ready, and here we go.
And here we go.
Tom Aspinall says he understands why Jon Jones is ducking him.
In your honest opinion, when you look at Jon Jones, would you say it's a money thing or not wanting to fight you thing, or do you think it's a combination?
Well, I can tell you some stuff about the money situation, but I'm not sure I can say it on camera, so I will tell you that after. I think I'm a bad matchup for him, to be honest, and I think he knows it. I honestly can see Jon's point of view. I get it.
Yep.
I get it. It's just about the title for me.
Yep.
I just want the title. That's it.
Yep.
Does nothing else really matters. So, yeah, I get it completely. Get his point of view. Get what everybody's saying. Completely understand.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to prove I'm the best. That's all.
Bring your ass here.
Jon Jones wrote on Instagram. Kamil Gadzhiev tells Jon Jones over FaceTime that the last time they met was 10 years ago, and Jon is still active, to which Jon replies, "I'm done."
Like that. My man. I'm excited to see you again.
But you're still active. 10 years left, but you're still active.
He said you got 10 years left, but you're still active.
Oh, yeah, I'm done.
He got a little great. He's like, oh. I'm looking forward to seeing you again, Kamil. You look great.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. Let's do some business. Like that.
Jon Jones doesn't care about being stripped of his heavyweight title. Stripped? LOL, do I come across as the type of person who cares about things like that? Y'all barking up the wrong tree. I told the UFC my plans a long time ago. I have no clue why they haven't shared them with you guys yet. Jones responds to a fan telling him he's wasting Tom Aspinall's prime. Jon Jones explains what he meant by calling Islam Makhachev new to the sport.
I feel like the comment that I made a lot of people upset, a lot of Islam fans upset.
Title fight. He's talking about with Islam. He's saying that he's a little new in the sport still.
Yeah, he's got a lot of work to do before.
But he has a big future. He got a big future.
But really what I was trying to do is I was trying to translate for Nate to the Russians. Nate speaks in a very laid-back way. He speaks with a lot of slang, and if you're not American, it may be hard to understand what he was saying. So I was really just trying to translate for DS. But at the same time, me saying that Islam is an up-and-coming fighter, when it's coming from me, I can say that. Not many people can say that. I can.
Tom Aspinall nails Dr. Dre on the piano.
Yeah, put on your glasses, Stevie.
Daniel Cormier gives his breakdown of the Islam Makhachev versus Jack Della Maddalena fight, as the Russian lightweight king gets ready to step up to welterweight to face the Australian champ.
I think Islam and Jack Della Maddalena is a great fight. Della Maddalena surprised me in this fight with Bilal Muhammad. Like, he just showed that he's much better than people gave him credit for. So well-rounded, so skilled. Makhachev, though, bigger, will have an ability to not be cutting all the weight. He'll be more full. He'll be more, like, fresh. I'm interested. I think that it'll come down to the wrestling of Islam versus Jack's takedown defense and how stingy is he going to be able to be with Islam? Because when Islam can take guys down early, they really struggle. The only time a fight even looks competitive is when they can defend takedowns and he spends large amounts of time on his feet, which he does really well too.
Nice.
Renato Moicano is not surprised that Islam Makhachev is not a favorite over Jack Della Maddalena.
So Islam versus JDM, the odds are even. How do you see that going?
I think they probably should be even, you know, because even though Islam is a good grappler and he's big for 155, he's moving to 170. We never know, you know. I think he needs to take some time to work on to gain weight, to gain power, you know, to gain strength. So that's why the odds are even, and I think they should be even.
Yeah, talking about another fighter.
Chael Sonnen says Islam Makhachev moving up to 170 is a sign of cowardice.
Islam went up not out of courage. Islam did not go up out of adding hardware to put on his mantle. He went up with one condition, which is I don't have to fight Belal Muhammad. Now, he can sit around and say, I could beat Belal, and I wouldn't go up and beat Belal because I can beat Belal. The bottom line is you entered a division openly that you said you wouldn't face one of the top guys. That's not a sign of courage. That's a sign of cowardice. I don't love the idea. You have an undefeated. Make sure you understand what happened. I know this is your friend, DC. I think of Islam as my friend, too. But let's think of what happened. You have an undefeated, #1 ranked world champion who's chasing you down. He is willing to leave his division behind. He's willing to walk away from his belt to chase you down. You are so interested in getting away from this guy that you not only leave your belt, you leave your division, and the whole thing is only contingent that you don't have to fight Islam. Not for nothing. This is not the way champions conduct themselves.
Ian Gary thought Jack Della Maddalena looked sloppy at UFC 315.
So I watched it live, right? Which means I'm watching it through my eyes, which I know how fast I am. I know real time. And I thought both of them looked slow from watching it with my own eyes. Then I watched it back on TV and it was a completely different look. Jack looked a hell of a lot cleaner than he did in person. And he looked a lot faster when you're just watching him versus Belal. Whereas when you're sat front row, I'm watching it as if I'm in there. That's my mentality. But yeah, I think there was a lot of things Jack did that I thought were quite sloppy. But technically he was the better striker, so he was going to win that regardless. Belal has never been known for his striking.
Dustin Poirier has officially started his last training camp as a pro fighter, marking the beginning of the final chapter in his legendary MMA career.
Spicy meat. Yeah, boy.
Dustin Poirier's cousin, Glenn Poirier, KO'd a violent customer at the pizza place he works at. Per sources, Kai Asakura vs Tim Elliott is in the works for August 16th, UFC 319. Azat Maksum vs Tagir Ulanbekov at UFC Baku, June 21st. Kyoji Horiguchi is out. Johnny Walker vs Mingyang Zhang is the main event on August 23rd at the Shanghai Indoor Stadium in China. Paul Hughes is an absolute star for the PFL. Enough toying around, it's time for the world to see him against Usman Nurmagomedov for the second time.
Which is Paul Hughes against Usman Nurmagomedov again.
Fight everyone wants, yes.
Paul Hughes went in there, and I was really intrigued to see how he'd do against. Gabe Moran is not bad.
No.
I mean, I'm not going to say that that's a guy, that's a fighter, that is somebody that is just like, oh, well, he's a great fighter. But he went in there and took care of him like he was a regional bump.
Yeah.
Oh, like Gabe Moran has been in the PFL for a long time and has fought a lot of legit fighters. Paul Hughes went in there, finished him. He's a star in Ireland.
Oh boy, is this great!
Tony Ferguson reacts to Israel Adesanya training with David Goggins.
You see Goggins coaching Izzy? He has him puking too. Oh yeah, it's good, man. I think every fighter should go through that shit. Maybe not a whole week, but damn. At least a session. By the way, that week for Chief Goggins, light work, coach. Light work.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
John Anik says he was with Justin Gaethje and he was pissed.
I was with Justin Gaethje a lot this week. Played golf with him on Thursday. I was at the pairings party with him on Wednesday for this Mahomes tournament, and he was pissed. He feels like certainly he was passed over in favor of Charles Oliveira for this opportunity against Ilia Topuria. And I think what Justin Gaethje and his manager Ali Abdelaziz Kenny are looking for is just some sort of guarantee that they will be next. I was with Justin Gaethje a lot this week. Played golf with him on
Charles Oliveira on Ilia Topuria.
What are your thoughts on Ilia Topuria and Ilia Topuria as a fighter? How do you feel about just the overall fight?
É uma grande luta. Ele é um grande lutador, mas eu não preciso provar nada pra ninguém de quem eu sou, o que eu já fiz dentro da MSP Cage. Essa outra chegou na oportunidade gigantesca. Eu vou nocautear esse cara. Essa é ela. He's gonna knock this guy out.
Wow. Merab Dvalishvili's coach reveals he nearly pulled him from Umar Nurmagomedov fight.
I think that Umar is the toughest fight for, or was going to be the toughest fight for Merab at the time. And I think, we'll end up fighting him again sometime. And the same thing. We beat them. They asked for the fight. We came out and, I'm injured, I'm this, I'm that. Well, Merab was half dead for that fight. People don't understand. He had an open wound. He had a staph infection. He was on all kinds of antibiotics. I personally, if it was up to me, honestly, and I haven't really told anybody, I probably would have pulled him out of the fight. I honestly would have. It was that bad. But that dude, could barely walk, but then he'd go spar 10 rounds and look phenomenal. So I knew he could do it. So I knew that, in the room, I was like, oh man, we're going to win this fight. But in the back of my head, I was like, Jesus, he's so banged up. So, the fact that, like I said, Umar's, I got a busted hand. You guys asked for the fight. You just said, we wanted to fight later on. We said we'd fight you. You wanted to take the time off for Ramadan, so they pushed it before they took the fight. And then, we got this, we got that. Whatever. It's the same thing. Everybody's always going to have those excuses. I will tell you this, if Merab ever loses that belt, you will not hear excuses from him. You will not hear, oh my God, my leg was falling off, or, it was raining outside, or whatever it is they come up with. But Umar was a tough fight. There was no doubt in my mind that Merab was going to win that fight. The way that Merab fights, what he brings to the table is just different. People do not understand it. And that's why, like I said, this fight's kind of intriguing because Sean kind of knows that now. Tim knows that. They kind of have felt that. But what's going to happen is they're going to have a good round or maybe a round or two. But once things start to turn the same way they did before, I think it's going to be even more defeating and deflating than it was the first time. And that's where, like I said, it brings a different kind of...
When Jamie Foxx did an impression of Floyd Mayweather in front of the man himself.
They don't have a blueprint. They don't have a blueprint for me, though. They got it for him.
Who would win this legendary matchup between Sugar Ray Leonard and Floyd Mayweather if both were in their prime? Write in the comments. It'll be interesting. Looks like Joaquin Buckley's lining up that legendary spinning kick, the same one that floored Impa Kasanganay.
I want you to remember how far you came. We didn't come this far to only come this far.
Yoel Romero taking the ultimate chill pill straight into the ice tub.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah.
Best job in the world. Shakur Stevenson responds to fans' criticisms about him.
It's disgusting. You got the sport mixed up. You should see this guy, Abby. He got the fucking fur coat on. Bruh. My style is disgusting. That is crazy. If only you engage in the ring as much as you do on Twitter, sheesh. I wish these guys engaged with me because I'm right there in front of them every time. Out, dog. Almost died today. A robber came into my house with a loaded gun and aimed at me. Luckily, a Shakur Stevenson fight was playing on the TV. He suddenly started to watch and fell asleep, thank God. Well, you're a bitch. Shakur Stevenson went 9 rounds with your local electrician who didn't have a camp. Yeah, I don't want to hear no more tank talk. That electrician will knock you out, so chill out. Shakur Stevenson booed in 2 straight pathetic performances and the fans leaving early in his hometown. I mean, if a team go up 30, I would leave too.
Canelo having fun in sparring. Chael Sonnen officially apologizes to the couple he had a fight with in that hotel.
Dr. Chris and his wife, Julie Stelflew. Mr. and Mrs. Stelflew, a number of years ago in Las Vegas, were coming down a hallway and trying to get to their room, encountered a maniac. Me. And I apologized. I wanted to apologize for a number of years, but it just wasn't right. It's a whole situation, and it just takes time. But I got to tell you, it has been bothering me. I would extend this apology to their children. Their children were not present, but I have children. I could reverse the role and think of myself as a child with my own parents. Your parents get drugged through the media and a legal case because they encounter a madman while doing what they should be doing in a hallway, which is walking to their room. I mean, I gotta tell you, you wrote an apology, and I sincerely give you one. I was by myself when I met them. I was on my trip with my wife, and because of that, there was something I had heard, or a combination that you guys had asked me. My wife had nothing to do with the story. They've all never seen, never even put eyes on one another. This is very specifically to the madman, from the madman in the hallway. Me. To Mr. and Mrs. Stelflew, I sincerely apologize. I would like to repeat, I also apologize to your family, your children specifically. And